What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video where the New York Rangers and Blake Wheeler roll into Winnipeg. It's Wheeler's first time being in Winnipeg since, of course, he was bought out. It's a big, heavy, emotional day in Winnipeg, as it is for Wheeler. You know, Wheeler was the captain here for a very long time, led the Jets to their most successful season, which was that 2018 year. Of course, there was a lot of fallout in the years to come. However, when you look back at it, he's one of the best Jets to ever play in the Jets 2.0 era, and you gotta respect that. So Blake Wheeler back in the city today. And to commemorate Blake Wheeler and, you know, his time with Winnipeg, the Jets decided to play their most Jets game of all time. What a weird game this was. Sloppy, just I don't know how to explain it. It was just Jets. It was just a very Jets game, and we're gonna run it all down for you here. We're gonna go through the highlights. The Rangers controlled the momentum for the majority of the first period, and it paid off right at the end as Artemi Panarin, the bald man, scoring with just over a minute and a half left in the first period. So you're thinking, okay, the Rangers are going in with a deserving lead, 1-0 lead. Probably should have been 2-0. But then David Gustafsson, just before the end of the period, buries one home on the feed from Cole Perfetti. Gross. The Moose connection's back. David Gustafsson, 2 goals this season. He only had 1 goal in the last 4 years coming into this season. So hats off to David, man. He's arrived. Good for David Gustafsson. I'm happy for him. Looks real good here for the Jets. Now we move into the second, and not a lot happens. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Very boring period. Back and forth, sloppy hockey. Nothing really going on. In the third is where it got, fun again. Guys were going end to end, and it ended up being Nikolai Ehlers saying, I'm going to do it myself. And he goes in, and he buries it right between the wickets of Igor Shesterkin, and the Jets take a 2-1 lead. Now after this, I'm thinking, okay, the Jets look pretty good. We just don't have to do anything stupid. So on cue, there's Brendan Dillon to do something stupid. I don't think that, the penalty that he took was a penalty, but at this point in the game, with, under 10 minutes to go, you have the lead. Why are you even doing anything like this? I get it. I don't think it should have been called a penalty, but why are you even doing that? Just, come on, man. Like, let's just have some situational awareness for 1 second. I beg you. So, oh my god, you gotta see it coming from a mile away. Chris Kreider scores on the power play. Jets PK looked horrible tonight, by the way, so, Kreider goes ahead, scores the 6th of the year, and this game would head to overtime, where, the Jets would have a power play heading into overtime, unable to connect. I don't know, looked very slow. I don't know what's up with the power play this year. It looks slow, it's very predictable, very perimeter based, nobody in front 5-on-5 either, especially in this one. And as you can predict, didn't go well for the Jets, as Scheifele and Connor got caught out there trying to defend, and Mika Zibanejad scores his 2nd of the season. Game over. Winnipeg loses in the Blake Wheeler return game. It was a very Jets game. They do pick up a point. They fall to 4-3-2. You can't be mad at that, picking up 2 points, but definitely would have liked this one to go to a shootout where they would have at least had, a better chance of winning this one, as they lost in overtime. But is what it is. That's fine. Move on. It's an Eastern Division opponent, not the end of the world. It's not like it was the Wild or anything like that where the points come back to bite you, but it is still annoying. Adam Lowry was a guy that I was watching tonight, and he played so good against the Montreal Canadiens last game, scoring 2 goals. This one, I don't know what was up with him. He just had a bad game today. Took a bad penalty in the second. In the first period, he went out and 2 really bad turnovers that led to breakaways, and it just wasn't a good night for Adam Lowry. I think his line played well as a whole. I really do like the Niederreiter, Lowry, Appleton line. Shout out to Mason Appleton this year. I don't know what the hell's going on with him, but he's actually a player. He's not just, freelance skating out there, so good for him. He looks like a baller. He needs to continue that if, the Jets are going to be successful this year. But as a whole, right now, I like where this Jets team's at. The defense and the special teams needs to tighten up. Oh my god, the power play is horrific. I already touched on that. The penalty kill, arguably worse. Like, it's just ugly. Bottom 5 in the league in all categories on special teams. So that needs to change if the Jets are going to be successful, and I think that they'll get there. But they have to stop shooting themselves in the foot. They have to get to the point to where, they're not Jetsing it up, if that makes sense. Like, they have all the tools to be successful, but they're just not using them. They're just, you know they can be so good, but they're just not at the moment, right? And I think that will change as time goes on. Cole Perfetti looks like a monster out there. Very excited to see, what ends up happening with him at the end of the year, how many points he racks up, as he's been one of the most important and impressive players so far this season in my eyes. But the Jets, they fall 3-2 in overtime, pick up a point on Blake Wheeler's return night. Good for Blake Wheeler. Really happy for him, coming back to the city and getting the support that he deserved. Obviously had friends and family in attendance tonight. Everybody was having a great time. And I'm happy that, the Canada Life Center wasn't being weird tonight and booing him. Because after all, you know what? One of the best Jets, Jets 2.0, leader in a lot of categories, and, whether you like him or hate him, he really was, one of the greatest, if not the greatest Jets in the Jets 2.0 era. So with that, I'm going to leave it there. Leave a comment down below what you thought about the game, your thoughts about Blake Wheeler, yada, 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 whatever you want to leave down there, go ahead and do it. Go check out my newest project. I just dropped it, half-an-hour video. It's the Winnipeg Jets and the Quest for the Past. Video about the last 5 years of the Winnipeg Jets hockey and their path to trying to replicate the team that was the 2018 Winnipeg Jets. So definitely go check that out. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Go Jets, go. Bye bye.